Now on the APEC VIP hotline, cutting-edge training for the serious athlete, apecgo.com. Joining us now, the head football coach of Sulphur Springs, it's Greg Owens. How you doing, Greg?
I'm doing outstanding. How you guys?
Doing very well. It's good to talk to you again, as we enjoy talking to you every year. Your football team picked to win District 14 4A this year, 1-1 right now, an overtime win over Robert E. Lee, a really tough, wild loss to Sherman last week. Talk a little bit about these first two ball games and the start your team has had.
Well, I've been pleased with them. My kids are performing well. They're getting after it. Not making any excuses or anything, but we're pretty young right now. So, we're having to learn on the run a little bit, some kids in game situations, and really just get some experience for some of our kiddos. We're playing 8 to 10 sophomores, and then some first-time kids to the varsity. So they've been great games for us. The kids came back, made a great goal line stand against Robert E. Lee, and that was a big win for us. And they're doing a great job over there. And then a tough one last week with Sherman, which we've been battling with them for years too. And they just got super athletes, and we just gave them too much of a lead there. We couldn't quite close it out. So, but great competition, great games, great competitors. So proud of the way my kids are playing and getting after it. We're glad we have these pre-district games so we can kind of figure out what we got before we jump in the middle of the district.
What'd you learn from last week, and what kind of changes do you make getting ready for White House this week?
Well, last week, it was just fundamental stuff. I mean, again, Sherman had some tremendous athletes, and so when you play good people, they're going to expose some of your weaknesses. So we just got some things on defense. We got to close some gaps, and we got to make sure we don't turn some guys loose on coverages at times, and just got to do a better job of tackling. And the offensive side of the ball, we got some kids out there sometimes they get the wrong call, don't run the right route. Just some things like that, little bitty things that are fundamental things that they've got to learn, and they've just got to do it under a pressure situation in a game setting. So again, it's really the biggest thing is some game experience and be able to calm down on a big stage and make plays when it's time to make plays and not just go crazy. Your
offense is just ridiculous. 666 yards last week against Sherman. Talk a little bit about what all you guys do.
We're just the traditional stuff like we've always done. It's a lot like White House, and we just happen to hit some big plays on them. We got behind them deep, and quarterbacks found them. We've caught it last couple of weeks. We've done really well. I mean, right now our quarterbacks are at 85% completion rate, so they're throwing the ball well, and our receivers are doing a great job of catching the ball right now. Just little things we got to clean up on the blocking edge and route running and those kind of things to make them work, and that kind of hurt us last week, but we still had big yardage, big gains. Those kind of things. So we're excited about that. Our offensive line probably as a unit is playing the best overall as a unit. And then quarterbacks are doing a great job of finding the guys and getting the ball to them.
You're kind of in the same situation the White House is in right now. You're playing two quarterbacks, and Brad Masick had a huge game with 374 yards passing, and Derek Ingram had 125 yards passing. Talk about the different things, the different styles these two kids bring to your offense when they're in.
He's got a weird spelling, but I'll just correct you a little bit. It's
Please. Masick. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you did that.
But but both of them, they both bring a little bit to the table. They're both great kids. We don't hesitate at any time putting them in. Right now, we're alternating about every 2 series, and they're both playing extremely well. We just feel like if one of them gets hot in the ball game, we may stay with that kid, and the other one's okay with it. They're very, very unselfish right now, playing extremely well, and they're just kind of helping each other. So both of them, Derek was a safety for us as a sophomore last year, and this is Brad's first year to be on the varsity. So really at the quarterback position, this is their first year to get a taste of varsity football in the quarterback position. So, but they're both doing a fantastic job. They're making the reads. We've simplified the reads and stuff for them where it's not too complicated. So, and they're doing a good job of taking coaching and picking it up and making wise choices.
And your receivers, you had 3 guys go over 100 yards. Obviously, everything's clicking on offense right now.
Yeah, right now it is. It's one of those things where each guy had an opportunity and got deep and had a big play, which pushed them over that yardage. So, we can't count on those every week, but we're just still working on the fundamental stuff with them. But we are glad we got some kids that can stretch the field, which opens the underneath stuff up. And so we've been fortunate about that.
I talked to Randy McFarland yesterday. He says he's probably coached more games against Sulphur Springs both as an assistant and as a head coach, than any other school he's dealt with. And he talked about having so many battles with you, both at Lindale and at Sulphur Springs. Talk about that matchup and that relationship you guys have.
Yeah, it's just been fun wherever we've been at Lindale, and I think this is my 21st or 22nd year coaching. It seems like about 17 or 18 of those I played Randy at some point. And then when he was a DC at Mount Pleasant, he was playing against Sulphur Springs then. So, but it's been good. I mean, we always have schools that are very competitive. We always have games that are extremely competitive. He's a great friend, and his son was on my staff for a year or two, and so we just had a pretty good bond there. We always have, our programs have enough kids, and we get enough ball games, and it's just super competitive with both of us. And so it's been a great relationship and all that, and they do a great job coaching, and we know we better have ours coached up and ready, or it's going to be a long night.
Well, I was talking to him about getting ready for this ball game, and he goes, "They're us." When he talks about the offense, he says, you look at them, they do exactly the same thing we do, and it makes it really difficult, because you know what you want to do, but you also have to figure out how to stop it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, exactly. I mean, that's the same. That's this week with us, too. We're able to consolidate our practices a little bit because we know what we're going to get on the other side. So, but I know both of us still being pre-district and all that, we're really more concerned about ourselves than our opponents. And it just kind of works out this time that we're running the same kind of offense and some similarities on defense as well. So it's an easy week to game plan almost, but then it's a difficult one too because now you got to figure out, hey, what's the other guy going to do in this situation, and go through those things and just try to simulate some of that stuff.
And what do you see in White House that impresses you right now?
Well, they're just playing with confidence. I mean, they're playing. I mean, like always. Somehow I always have a great receiver. The Cantrell kid's a big physical target outside. He makes big-time plays. Saw him some this summer in 7-on-7 as well. Accurate quarterback, speedy running backs. And, I don't, not taking away from years past, but I think this is the most athletic line that I think Hallsville's had. They're not quite as big, but then they move exceptionally well and get downfield on screens and doing things, and they've done a good job there. Then defensively, both their safeties, those guys fly around. They make plays, they run around and make stuff happen, and then they get after you on the front, too. So, I mean, again, it's just another competitive ball club that's going to get at you and going to be, just going to come down to the end. I hope we don't have another overtime or anything like that, like we've had the last 2 weeks, but he's going to come down to the end, whoever makes the most plays, and that's what it's about. It's watching out, taking care of the ball, make sure we don't have turnovers, and doing all the little things like that. I'm
more concerned about the over-under on this thing. Are we talking about a 100-point ball game?
Well, I hope not. But anyway, if we do, I just hope we got the bigger number. But it's just one of those years that we always have that, and it typically is a long ball game. I know my band director got on to me this last week. We didn't start halftime in Sulphur Springs because it was a shootout up here at like 9:15.
Oh my gosh!
The game was over after 11, so it was a wild night, a crazy deal. But anyway, it was fun, exciting, and those ball games are always fun to do that, and that's why people want to come see the games and see the ball fly around and do those things. So hopefully we can come out on top.
Well, Coach, we appreciate it. We'll look forward to seeing you on Friday night, and best of luck to you this weekend.
All right, appreciate you guys.
All right, Coach. Coach Greg Owens from Sulphur Springs on Bryan Houston Sports Radio Live on 99.3 Talk FM. Hey, Coach.